Hello, friends, fans, audience, loyal, and haters, covetous, antisocial, borderline personalities, you name it, you're all welcome. I'm an equal opportunity host here. I welcome all. Does not mean I agree or like all, but everybody is welcome to listen and watch. I'm censored out, whether it's X, whether it is Twitter, whether it is uh, YouTube and stuff. But I don't care. I know that uh, my word is getting out there. Going back, I've been observing yesterday and today, and since that quote unquote uh, attempt, staged, orchestrated uh, plot of assassination that is botched. Even the videos. I mean, I'm looking at the videos. Some of them seems to be doctored or AI fakes or something of the sort. But let's go back. Notice how. Okay, first of all, let me warn you that this blitz, psychological blitz, uh, uh, that's like carpet bombing you with Americans, those who are against Trump, right? And they're the majority. Those who are for the United States as a country, you've been like carpeted with what is called mass psychology, mass psychosis, or mass psychology. And those, you notice the entire, like the entire media outlets, the world of media and of politicians and of Justice Department and, Supreme Court, they got their marching orders from Netanyahu. Putin, right? And Ayatollah and Long and Mao Zedong and, and MBS and MBZ, right? MIBS and MIPS. It sounds bad, when you say MIPS and MIPS, right? It's like you're describing something pretty bad, right? Give me a second. So it's like mass psychosis, mass psychology. And those outlets that you always believed in as being against Trump and for Biden, right? They're really not. They're showing their true colors now, and they undressed and they show you who they are and so on. And what they do is lace the honey with poison, right? So you listen to them, and they keep saying something about. They start like barking and blurting accusations, reprimanding and blaming and accusing the Secret Service of failure. Oh man! And then now what happens is if you succumb, right? To that particular, and if you become a sucker and succumb to that particular blitz, right, or these psychological spins and carpeting and bombing and whatever it is, you begin to believe that the the attempt is, they divert your attention to the failure of the Secret Service, and then now you believe that automatically, psychologically, you believe that the attempt is real. It's not real, folks. Now, they may not be 100% about the Secret Service. They also do many other things. I mean, look at it from all angles, from all circumstances, the acts, and so on and so forth. I mean, if you believe this attempt was not set up, was not real, you have a problem, right? You have a discerning problem. You have your logic, engine of logic is disabled. Your free thinking of your surrounding is really disabled, and you really need to reconsider things. So take a step back and look at it closely, and you will see that there's plenty of fake movements and fake things and acts and so on. And give me a second, man. Those I got this laptop, and I got like all kind of bots in it from Mao Zedong and Long and who's telling, like Putin and Netanyahu's and National Snoop Dogs Agency. Not that I approve of that, but hey, don't think that I have a choice, right? Here. Anyways, so long they don't disable my computer and edit my videos and allow it to, go outside, like to the people, I'm fine. I'm not fine with that, but I can still use it. So anyway, so your mind goes now, drifts aside, right? The mass psychosis here, my psychology, is focusing you on the failure of the Secret Service. There's no failure of the Secret Service, folks. What the Secret Service did was intentional. How do I mean by that? Look, Trump, that that puppet of Putin and whatnot, right? Trump, he's got more than one attorney general. He's got like Barr before, and now he's got Garland. Garland and Jack Smith and Mueller and whoever it is, right, and Comey, they're the legal guardians of Trump, and you better believe it. So if there's another, Biden's team is not exactly clear of moles, not exactly clear of Trump supporters. No. Look again. These guys get their marching orders from the Middle East, from Netanyahu, right? And he gave them their marching orders. Netanyahu wants to ditch Biden. Why? Because he wants now mass killing to come to the Middle East. He doesn't care if you white Americans go get killed in the hundreds of thousands. He just cares about clearing the area from certain race, from certain religion, from certain, you witness him in Gaza and you witnessed him in Syria. Yeah, he's behind what happened in Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan and Yemen and Somalia and Libya and Chechnya. This guy is out on some earth cleansing, right? Cleansing earth from undesired elements, right? But he's not our subject now. Our subject is, if there is any work on failure on the Secret Service part, it was being managed by none other than the Garland and whoever else, right, on Biden's team, right? This happened before. Remember Bill Clinton's FBI director, Louis Freeh, right? He appoints him as an FBI director, and the guy spends 99.99.99, well, let's say 99% of his time trying to undermine Clinton and blah, blah, like he just focused on Clinton. He wants to ditch him, right? So Clinton brought in his own enemy, right? For good or bad or whatever it is. And it seems like Louis Freeh was involved also in that Lewinsky thing, bringing Lewinsky inside per orders from Netanyahu's and whatnot, right? And then the 1% of his time was like he would drink coffee and crack sunflower seeds and so on, right? And the other whatever 1 per thousand, one other percent, right, is simply fighting terrorism, right? They always get you. They want to start wars in the Middle East and here and there, and you get terrorist acts, right? That pattern is well known by now. So at any rate, now I wouldn't say there was a failure. There was and there was not. You could look at the security service, Secret Service, and see there's some unusual, like lacks on so on and so forth. But then the area was a rural area. It was secured, right, ahead of time, right? And it's not a city. It's not a Dallas highway where they can kill a president from miles away and you'll never find out who they are, right? And so on and so forth. Besides, now they're coming at Biden, saying that Biden said that bullseye. Really? Bullseye, of course, he was talking about issues and who the guy is and his agenda and his Heritage Foundation and his contract with America with that nuke Gingrich, right? Nuke Gingrich or whatever his name is, I don't know. And remember, they had that one guy one time he looked like Vance, right? He was promoting that contract on America, right? Remember those old Heritage Foundation and their contract with America, right? and he was promoting, and he looked like Vance, and he was Middle Eastern. He was married to a Palestinian lady, and he had like something West name, like Scandinavian name, and he looks a lot like him, right? But he was Middle Eastern or Russian or something. He's a rabbi, right? And then he was married to a Palestinian woman whose last name is Reyes. Reyes or Reyes. This is funny, right? And he comes across to you, white America, as white blood and so on and so forth. Oh, the guy looked, and he looks a lot like Vance, you know, like he's got glasses similar to those, right? And one day I watched him interviewed by Glenn Beck, right? Oh man. Anyways, so look, guys. Biden said so, right? But he meant the issues. He meant focus on him. He meant the agenda. He meant the what he's planning to do, and Project 2025, and he really wants you to focus on the guy. And the guy has some really nasty agenda. You were talking Lenin and Stalin, right? Now they focus on it. Notice the entire media focus on it. But how many times did Trump ask for executions, even in his 4-year term, right, as president? Fake, right? You know, like votes and so on. Just remember that. How many times he talked about executing people? Even his Attorney General Barr spoke about him. Yes, he said so and so. Yes, he threatened. Yes, blah, blah, blah. And notice the media doesn't even mention it anymore. See, it's mass psychosis, mass psychology here. They're practicing on you. Tune all that out, right? Biden is doing fine, but he's got a problem. Some of his staff, like so on, are actually for Trump, and they got their marching orders from Netanyahu to sabotage his campaign. But their effect, we'll see, right? We'll see. Their effect so far seems to be minimal, and every time. And remember, that Netanyahu is going to come at you with all kind of acts and sabotages, and until the day of the election on behalf of Trump, because that's his puppet, right? That's his puppet, and that of Putin as well, right? So they're going to come at you, and the media blitz will continue, and until they get you really exacerbated, and so on and so forth, right? So my advice is really tune that out, folks, and don't feel overwhelmed, right? And demoralized and psyched out, and no. Everything's fine. That's the purpose of the media blitz and campaign, is to exacerbate the situation and make people feel that they are. Give me a second. Yeah, they want to make you feel like dispirited. They want to like be frustrated and dispirited and hopelessness, they're trying to induce sense of hopelessness in you and so on. Don't respond to that, folks. Right now, I can tell you right now, Biden is doing better than Trump, as a matter of fact, by far. But we'll come to see, because they have the ability, if they have the ability to stage an assassination attempt, and you can look at it from all points of view. Now notice, why did this assassin choose this rural area where Trump is, right? And it's cleared and secured, and there are no, everything about it is secure, right? You know, like rural, checked out, perimeter was struck by the security service, blah, 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 right? Why didn't that shooter go like this guy at he's golfing day and night, and there's in some of the footages that we view, he's all, just going on his own. I'll tell you what, folks, if any professional hitman or assassin, would-be assassin, or anyone with very effective reach, right, with far-reaching and wants to assassinate that guy, they would have done it long time ago. The choosing of the time and place, and the acts, and how I explained to you the geography and geometry just doesn't add up, folks. And the blood and right, and his hair. Notice his hair is still kempt, right? It's still combed over the ear. It's not even disturbed, right? So this will wax and wane. just like, notice, they no longer talk about the debate. Why? Because that didn't, that investment didn't pay them much, right? Although they still focus on it, that didn't pay them much. This will turn out to be just like the debate. A few days later, you will realize that many Americans, and that's why they realize that many Americans suspect and know that this is fake, and they in the media and those for Trump, they realize it's botched. So they're on a blitz campaign, of disinformation and then pointing at the Secret Service because they know it's suspicious, right? So that's that, folks. I really got so much to say, but I'll wait a little bit and see what happens. Yeah. So here are certainties. One is that assassination attempt is staged, it's orchestrated. Certainty number two, Biden's team and the Department of Justice is not on his side, and they're working against him. So is the Supreme Court, of course, right? We all know about the Supreme Court by now. You whites will be sent to wars, perpetual wars in the Middle East, here and there, and so on and so forth, because Netanyahu wants to clear the world of undesired element, never again, right? Now, I don't know what he means by that, really, if right now that's what it is, you whites will be going to wars again like that of Iraq and Afghanistan and Somalia and Libya and here and there. They want to settle down the thing, and you will be killed in the millions, right? Hundreds of thousands, probably in the millions, because those wars, they will send you to fight wars in Europe as well, because they don't like that Putin failed, right? And you will be fighting alongside Putin. Is that what you want to do? You white people from German heritage, is that what you want to do? Really, right? And so on and so forth. Oh, I got something for the Swedes. There is a doctrine that is in the works, right? This is not new, but like it's dormant. It almost never happens, right? The idea of the Trojan horse, right? But what they do now is really, if Putin is, and when, right? When, not if, to invade Sweden, right? And Finland and so on, they may carry out an airborne assault or drop paratroopers on the capital, decapitate the government, and then everything afterwards become simple, right? To carry out, right? To complete the mission. So all those capitals, including Taiwan, right? You need to get ready for such an event if and when Trump goes back to the White House. And then among those forces that are landing in Kiev and so on, like other European capitals, will be American soldiers, right? So get ready for such an act, for such war if Trump goes back to the White House. Look, there's no question that this guy he's not even an equal footing with Putin. He's just his dog, his puppet, right? He tells him what to do, and that's it. He's afraid even to say anything in his presence. So what do you think he's going to do with him? He's going to use him to the max, right? He and his MAGAs. He is going to use him, to put him to use, like, fully, until he doesn't care if the United States gets destroyed by his orders. He will. Putin does not care about the United States. Putin, talking about NATO, right? The threat of NATO. But to him, strategically, United States is a threat, and he wants to do away with that as well. Why? Because he doesn't want any future intervention on that will interfere with his plans and his strategy and his tactics and so on, doing the expansions that he will do, right? United States. Nobody can say, when Trump comes and tells you about friendship with Putin and Dilong and or Xi Jinping and Ayatollahs and so on and so forth. That's not true, folks. Putin, just put yourself in his place, right? Geopolitically, militarily, you name it, right? He takes the United States as a threat, and he wants to eliminate it. That's all he has on mind, and his only tool are generally the MAGAs, but Trump and now Vance. And you know what Vance is. Have a nice day. Those guys, Trump and Vance and whatnot, they go to the Wailing Wall, right, in Jerusalem, and they pray, blah, 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 blah. First, you see that their prayers are fake, right? they put that little very small rod on their head, and they start praying. But here's the fact about them: if the wall, because when they go there and pray on the Wailing Wall, right, or to the wall, talking to the wall, talking to. So when they go down there, talk to the wall, is because it's getting them money and power, right? Now, if the wall turns off the spigot, right, they'll turn back and leave, and they will never come back. That's all there's to it. So don't buy all that show of loyalty, show of faith, and talking to walls and so. Have a nice day. Don't this mass psychology out, right, by the media and so on and so forth. That act was fake. That act was carried out, and it will run out as well, and they're bankrupt. That's why they have nothing else to talk about, right? And if they knew they were going to win the election, they would not have resorted to such ways and means and utilities, right? So like I said, those you think they're for you and Biden, they will lace the honey with poison. That's a well-known saying, an ancient Arab saying, they will lace your honey with poison, right? And then you're drinking the honey and taking it and thinking it's good for you, but within it there's really bad stuff. That's what the media is doing now, all of them, right? Even the Middle East media, the ones that America came and supported those dictators and their regimes, whether in Syria or Iraq or Egypt or here and there, right, or the Gulf region. Now they want totalitarianism here to prevail in the United States. Believe me on that. That's like the dog that bites the hand that feeds it. Have a nice day, my friends, and good day. I got some honey. I'm gonna go eat.